Okay, so say you want to create a new project, or you have an existing project and you want to push that to Git. So let's imagine I'm going to create my new project here, and you want to use like Visual Studio to push your work. Well, I wouldn't use Visual Studio GitHub through their extensions and things. The way I work is I use a program called GitHub Desktop, wherever that's gone. GitHub Desktop. You can get that for free from GitHub's website. So you go GitHub Desktop, and the reason for that is that it seems to let you authenticate with your username and password. So you can log in with your username and password, and the app that will be authenticated, and you'll be able to create new repositories and push. Whereas when you use Git any other way, like through the terminal, or you use Git through Visual Studio Code, you need to have authenticated first. And to do that, you have to get GPG key. It gets complicated, but this one seems to work perfectly every time. So I'm going to create an empty folder, which I've done there. So let's call this new test GitHub. So, and I'm going to put a really simple bit of code in there that says hello world, right? So if I go to Visual Studio now, say I wanted to open up my project, I open up a folder there, and I go to here, and I select that. Now you can see this is a very simple website that has a bit of text, and the JavaScript updates it using the DOM. Check my other videos if you don't understand how the DOM works. Now if I go here, there is a source control, but we're just going to do this through here. Once we've set it up through here, we will be able to push through Visual Studio Code, I think. So we're going to add a local repository once you've downloaded GitHub. So file, add local repository. We're going to go and find that new test GitHub, and I'm going to select that. Now it's going to say a little red warning here. So it's not GitHub repository, you want to create one. This is basically doing a git init. So then you need a git ignore file. I don't think we really need one. JS, there isn't one for JS. So, it's gone again. Not clone. Add local repository. We go there, select that. It's not that, so I'm going to create a repository there, create that. And now all we need to do is publish. And I've created this. I'm going to now create a branch. It's going to automatically create a branch on my GitHub. So I'm going to push that. I'm going to make it public. You can put a description if you want. If I go to my GitHub here, where is it? Here, and I go to my repositories, you'll now see that this new test GitHub has appeared. So any changes now that I make in here, for example, I could put like a comment like, hello, make a change to that. This is going to pick up on my changes now. So let's see if we can now actually push through Visual Studio Code. So I put add a little comment, added hello. This is silly. I do that. I'm going to commit it, and then I'm going to push it. So yeah, it's still going to want me to authenticate. So I think if you want, there may be some extensions in here you can install. One of them is GitHub. Another one is GitHub pull requests. And then you may be able to actually just push and pull through here. We could also do it through the terminal. So if I go to integrate terminal and then I go git push, it's going to want me to log in again. And this is where we get problems because to be able to log in with your username and password, it login failed, control to cancel basic credit. So it won't allow us to do this because GitHub disabled this. So and this is why. On 13th of August 2021, you're not allowed to do simple auth. To set this up to work, I would take this message to ChatGPT. If you really want to push through Visual Studio and get the authentication set up, you need to set up an SSH key. It's not that hard if you use GitHub, ChatGPT to help you explain, or you can use a GPG key. But the best way you really can do this is just push with this brilliant little app here, GitHub Desktop. It works every time. And so, yeah, there you go. That's how you can use Visual Studio Code on your desktop to open up a new repository that's not a GitHub repository, create a repository, a local repository, and then create a remote repository, and then push that through GitHub Desktop. That's how I work. That's how you should work. It's the simplest way. And if we go here just to test, has the code been pushed up there? Yes, we've got our index hello world. So if you like this video, give us a thumbs up, share it, like and subscribe.